The running? I hope it's running. Okay. Let's see if I can remember what day it is. It's the 27th of March. The world's actually a pretty comical place. It's like a combination, complete combination, of what here in India is called Bollywood, and America calls Hollywood. It's a combination of both of them, and more. The whole universe. Yeah. So we think we escape from our bad thoughts. We think we escape from our bad thoughts. Not even bad or good. Let's see. We escape from that person who's transcendental. I got away from him. Right? Okay, so let's do a setup here. When that person who's transcendental set up this world, it was for the object of awakening. I mean, you don't have to look around. A lot of people are sleeping, and they want to sleep. They don't want to get woken up. So where we're at is an atmosphere that should be used for awakening to the reality. Reality meaning something that's eternal, not any speculative reality. Something that's eternal is not affected by time. And because it's not affected by time, it's not affected by space. Because the word time, I avoid using it because time itself alone is present. Time with a time factor is past and future with no presence. So imagine that. That's where I live. I live in the past, or I live in the future, but I never live in the present. So, the Koran is an incredibly written book. Everything's balanced, incredibly. And the studies on it, I could give you video after video after video, showing how exactly it's balanced, even to the syllables. How many syllables they are, how many long and short syllables there are, and everything is totally balanced. So it's mind-boggling because it began with a person, Muhammad. Simple person, just a priestly person, worshipping many gods. But then he felt, no, this isn't right. So he left that. That was a good decision. He wanted to worship one God. But he had a combatant in the Abrahamic lineage. You know, they're in the same Abrahamic lineage. In other words, they got the same DNA. They got the same sperm brought them down. So they got the same DNA. So the Islamic, and I'll use the nomenclature, the lost Yadavas. When I say the lost Yadavas, that unites Islamic and the other clan of Abraham. And I'll avoid using their name and call them the lost Yadavas. That terminology was given by the founder of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, making a comment about them that actually the clan, the Abrahamic clan, going back all the way to Noah and back further than that, were actually the lost Yadavas. When the flood comes to Dwarka, and it was an island, one clan went to the east, and one clan went to the west. The place was a port. And I'm not talking about a small port. I'm talking about a port where the masts were not just one mast, maybe double mast, maybe even more than that. And they were making them there. And there's so much to talk about, Dwarka. So, here we are. We got one that went that way. And they had a reason for going that way. And they were against the ones that went that way. They had taken the initiative to be against the ones that went that way. But now they're going that way. Now, I'm trying to get into a universal universe. I'm trying to get into a universal balance. No one, not even Mr. Lenin, or what is God? Leon, not Leon Musk, will ever say there's no positive and negative. That's what he's working with, positive and negative. But is positive good and negative bad? Is that it? Positive, good, negative? No, they're just two things. Put together, they're all right. They're separated from one thing. So now, the clan that went that way then starts the Abrahamic lineage, was Islam and the lost Yadavas. Of course, they're the lost Yadavas too. So now, Muhammad walks out of his job, and he goes north, and he unites with a king and everything. And all of a sudden, he wasn't just any priestly person. He was a heavy, elevated person. He starts hearing whispers. And this is noted. He starts hearing whispers. And he goes into meditations. And he hears whispers. And he's got 45 scribes. And the 45 scribes are writing everything down as to detail as they can. What is he hearing? He's hearing some language that is based on Sanskrit. Maybe the letters are different, but the Sanskrit language has what is called long ones, guru, and short ones, lagu. Has two, like some are short, some are long, some are short, some are long. And the combination of those was even pointed out 1,000 years BC by Pingala. Now, Pingala didn't say, I'm the inventor of this. He says, I've studied it, and this is how I see it is all put together. So he had a system that he saw. That same system was used by the other clan. It's really beautiful to hear them talk about the Koran and how it's balanced to the syllable. Even when they talk about the bee, there's a chapter about the bee, there's a chapter about the mosquito, because it's an important one, because the mosquito goes up, I can't remember his name, but it goes up to the Babylonian person and it kills him, the big king. Yeah. Name will come back to me sometime. Not important. So now, you've got to have two people that help this clan and one of them help this clan. These two people are connected to the one. That's what comes mind-boggling. So Brihaspati, and I'm talking, today is Thursday, and it's like Brihaspati's day, the Guru. But I could actually say that this day, Thursday, being the Guru's day, is also Shukracharya's day. So, Brihaspati and Shukracharya are so qualified, and they know the system of Pingala thousands of years back. But the name Brihaspati is a name that describes a personality who's the leader in the upper realms of what you could call the demigods, believe it or not. And Shukracharya becomes nominated as the guru of the other clan. But Brihaspati and Shukracharya are friends. And they've never stopped being friends. But Brihaspati teaching one and Shukracharya teaching the other, Shukracharya goes against the clan of Brihaspati. It's his duty. Are you understanding? It brings balance. It brings cultural balance. Because, why because? Let's put an example. The king or the emperor has a son. And the emperor's son, he just says, I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm going off on my own. And that's it. So the emperor's son goes off on his own. But everywhere he's going, it's the emperor's land. It's the emperor's land. But he's feeling so good that I'm on my own. I'm not going to follow him. I'm not going to depend on him. This, that, and the other. So it has to be given. And why does it have to be given? Someone with unconditional love, selfless service. Now, the person that can give selfless service to the maximum is that Supreme who's in the eternal realm. He can give love, selfless love. He doesn't stop loving this one and loving this one more. No. So he's going to give, okay, you're against me, then you go off on your own. But he's knowing that everything that he's going to go get is what he has. Oh, you go ahead, you say what you want to say, do what you want to do and everything, and that's all right with me. So I'm not making any connotations that Shukracharya was in charge of the bad guys. And he was one of the worst bad guys. I'll try to give a link of the video how they portray him. He's like the real bad guy, and he's going to get those other good guys. But he's not. He's the friend. A picture of a more conscious person. He draws away from all this nonsense. He sees that he's been stamped. He's been elected to take that position. And also, the good guy. He's been stamped and he's been elected for that position. And with that position goes a name. Oh, this is the Brihaspati, and this is the Shukracharya. And this is the one that's helping all the bad guys. And this is the one that's helping all the good guys. Oh, good and bad happens to disappear in the eternal realm. So good and bad has been created practically out of nothing. So, who else could dictate such a book? And then when they give so many lectures on, Islamic people give so many lectures about the Koran and everything. Our book is spoken perfectly, our book. But they're using, and they are identifying that book as based on a language that both of them use. It's not, don't think that Sanskrit is India language and I shouldn't hear it. No, Sanskrit is a heavenly language. Heavenly meaning not, that good or bad, but heavenly meaning the whole universe. Sanskrit language is known by NASA. They use it on their computers because it's the most perfected language there is. They can't find any language so perfect. So they base all their computers on Sanskrit language because they know the inside story. So, when there's time off, Brihaspati and Shukracharya are good buddies and, laugh it up, But in this cycle, and don't think there's not cycles. It's so foolishness to think that the world is just going to disappear. The end time. No, it's the end time of your life, but it's not the end time. No, it's a continuous cycle. Continuous cycle. And there's been very qualified people appointed. You want to follow this type of belief? Oh, you can actually come back to me, following it nicely. And you want to follow this type of belief? Oh, you can follow it and come back to me. It's like an amazing thing, Not just amazing, it's incredible how that Supreme Person unconditionally loves. He don't stop loving. If something happens to me, I sort of lack the love for him, but he doesn't stop loving. So he gives the opportunity. But all you're doing is falling into his hands. Yeah. So I'll try to put the two links. The Pingala link, where you can see that the Koran is perfectly following the setup of Pingala, who didn't discover or who didn't invent. He just saw how it was constructed, and he presents it like that. So yes, I have to admire the Koran and how well it was written, and how they have not allowed people to come in and destroy it. The same should have been for the other clan. The lost Yadavas have lost it, because the lost Yadavas, their scriptures don't balance. Sorry to say. They just don't balance. So they certainly have not been under a direct rule of, well, whatever. Okay, I thought I'd just present that to you. How the Sanskrit language is actually being glorified by the Koran. And it strictly follows the Sanskrit language. So a person says, well then, they both originated from the same place. What are they doing? If you start opening your eyes up, you go like, what is the reasoning? It's just that some people want to follow one way and some people want to follow another way. And some people are wishy-washy. They present themselves like following what, there's so many different faiths out there, but just Christianity, they're saying that they're following Christianity, they're part of the Christian community, this, that, and the other. Yet, they use a destructive manner called reductionism. And it is destructive manner. There is no doubt. There may be some utility to it, but behind it is a very destructive manner. Reductionism is used to look for the soul. I'm going to, by my power, I am going to look for the soul. So I reduce you to, I take your picture of your forehead and I know you for the rest. And you're always in my computer. Right? So that's my identification. And my other identifications are my DNA, my gene sequence, and so many things like that. And when they delve into it, they show you they can take them apart. What is their innermost desire? Their innermost desire is they don't have belief in the soul. They don't have belief or faith or any taste for looking for the soul. They're going to reduce everything, reproduce it in a very bad manner. It's really like rinky-dink in a very bad manner. They reproduce it horribly. And they say that they've done such a great thing. It may be useful because, without it I wouldn't be able to connect with somebody. So it's useful. But what the drive is not very useful. They'll never have faith in a loving God. They can't find it. In their probes, in their experiments and everything, they can't find it. They can't grasp it. Matter of fact, even if something comes within their heart, they destroy it. Even if an awakening comes in their heart. Oh, I want to show them that I'm a really great guy and everything. But still, he can't grasp it. Because he's trying to grasp it with his own intellect, with his own mind. And it only takes love. That's all it takes. He could grasp it easily with just trying to love. So I thought that would help. I'll send out the video of Shukracharya. Really, man, if you put him in Hollywood or Bollywood or whatever, he'd look like it. Incredible. And remember, it's just a placeholder. It's like saying, oh, he's the president now, or he's the secretary, or he's the... Brihaspati and them are like that. They are not, Shukracharya and Brihaspati are not attached to their different positions.
You take some fruit?
Yeah.
Fruit?
Gotta eat, you gotta eat. Actually, I have to feed them. I don't feed them, Okay. So, I'm just doing that because I'll give the video out, but please, I give a lot of honor to Shukracharya because he's doing an unwanted job. He's doing an unwanted job. And Brihaspati is doing a very glorified job. And he is even presented that he's like so angry that he got that job. No, he's not so angry. He's doing it very, very well. And he's got everybody fooled. When you know the secrets behind, when after the drama's over and everything, and you look at Brihaspati and Shukracharya sitting around laughing it up and everything, then, it's just a big... Well, I hope you could have heard that. The microphone fell down. I hope you got that. Anyways, it's important. We'll just do it really quick. I was just presenting right here. The Koran is a very beautiful book because it's based on Sanskrit. And the two people, Brihaspati and Shukracharya, they are perfected in Sanskrit. They didn't have to go to school or anything. It has come to them by the airways. It is a language used by NASA. Oh, like I was saying before, Shukracharya, I'll give you a video of it. But he is in just a position that is like a disliked position. And Brihaspati is in a position where everybody likes him. Well, that's the basic point. And the lost Yadavas, those who follow the Talmud and Torah and even the Koran, the lost Yadavas, they came from Dwarka. They came from Dwarka, an island that, let's see, 5,000 BC, and now they've 7,000 years ago. 7,000 years ago. So they make a effort not to let people know who they actually are, because you'd know more about them. I'll do another video. I just want to do mostly a video just dedicating it with the actual position of Shukracharya. Shukracharya is like saying president. It's not a personal name. And Brihaspati is like saying president also. President of the good guys, so-called, and president of the bad guys, so-called. And the balance is being made by someone who has unconditional. It's got to be unconditional. He doesn't care what we're doing, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't. I shouldn't say it doesn't care, because we get a bad result, we suffer. He doesn't like us suffering, but his love never stops. It's unconditional. No matter how this soul acts, his love never stops. So because he has that love for everyone, both sides, he has to help out one side, and he has to help out the other side.
And eat immediately.
Okay. offer some
Please
fruit.
offer first there.
Okay. Oh, I was just telling him. Okay. We'll give some fruits to them. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll leave you there. That is like amazing. And the more that they just, you can go on your own and just click on the Koran and click on how it's so balanced. But that balancing is because it was based on Sanskrit. And it was based on somebody was whispering into the ear, "Oh Muhammad," and 45 scribes were writing it all down. And it was Shukracharya whispering in his ears what to write down. It's amazing. It's just amazing. Well, let's get out of this good guys and bad guys and take a better look at the whole world. Try the best. Because if somebody comes up against you and wants to take your life, you have to defend yourself. He's got a bad thought in his mind. But otherwise, don't hold anger against a certain group. We're all from the same group. Yeah, we're all from the same group. We may ignore that, but yeah, don't try to ignore it and don't fall for it. Shukracharya ki jai. I'm doing this because today is Thursday, and Thursday should be give honor to the Guru. So Brihaspati is a Guru. Shukracharya is a Guru of the maximum height. Okay. Thank you very much for listening. I hope it came out all right. You got to admit that I don't even know why you guys can sit and listen to me. I always do something foolish. Okay. Haribol.